Okay, again, when you open up the internet, you're going to click Gmail. You're going to keep this open the whole time. You're going to add the plus tab. Then you're going to go to Google Classrooms. You're going to go to classwork. You're going to click on today's date. Click again. You're going to read every slide with them and do every single link. So this says click on the link and go through all of the letters and sounds. So you need to click on that link and you need to hear them repeating after me and doing this.
Repeat after me. The letter is Z.
Z.
The sound is Z.
Z says Z.
The letter is D.
D.
The sound is D.
D says D.
The letter
So I want you
is
making sure they're doing that the whole time.
sound is
When they're done, you can close out of that. And then they need to click on Seesaw and do the nonsense word fluency practice activity 3. Right here. So they add a response and they record themselves reading this. Then you can close out of this. And you've done that slide. So you go to the next slide. Reading. Listen to me read Aqualicious and explain the entire 5-finger retell. So you click on this link. They need to listen to me reading this story.
Hi guys.
They can listen to it as many times as they need to. Here is the 5-finger retell anchor chart. Which they should refer back to. When they're retelling the story, if you need to say, okay, what's the thumb? And they say characters, or you say, what's the pointer? And they say setting, or even if you say, who are the characters? What's the setting? But hold up those fingers as you're doing that so that they're making that connection with the fingers so that when someone holds up their hand, they kind of remember what they need to be telling people about when they're retelling a story. Then it says to click on Seesaw and it gives you the directions here. But I also made a video for each of you on how I want you to do this on Seesaw.
So today for
Because I didn't put it as an assignment, they just need to do it in their journal. But watch that video and that will help you help them. Then they need to go to Raz Kids. They need to read for 15 to 20 minutes. Then popcorn word practice, they need to go through, They need to go through and they need to do their his sheet for today. And then once they finish, I want them to practice all of their popcorn words. And here is a link to the popcorn words. I want them, they can either go through their own flashcards or they can go through this link with the flashcards. Then in writing, we're doing What Sea Turtles Eat. So there's a video of me reading it. There's the anchor chart and the success criteria. They have to check their success criteria. It is so important. Here's an example of my writing up here. Make sure they're checking their success criteria because I am going to figure out how to get these papers turned in so I can check them. Math, they need to go through and do the counting routine. It is so important that you make sure that they are going through and they're counting with me, pointing to the numbers and following along. They have to know all of these numbers by the time they go to first grade. It is so important. They also need to be able to count by 5 and 10. So please make sure they're doing that counting routine. Then there's 2 anchor charts on teen numbers, and then they're gonna finish, they're gonna do these pages today. Make sure that they circle their group of 10, like I did in the example. Then ABC Mouse. Again, I'm gonna let them go on and just play around today. Here's a video explaining how to do ABC Mouse if you don't know, and here is my login information if you need it. And then they are finished. Just make sure they do all of that today, please. Thank you.